Welcome to this deep dive. Today we're doing something really interesting. We're unpacking the spontaneous creation of a story.
Yeah, like watching imagination just sort of unfold in real time.
Exactly. And the source for our dive today, it's an audio recording. The title is AI.mp3.
Which translates to playing improv story creation with AI.mp3. But here's the thing, like right off the bat, despite that title mentioning AI, what you actually hear is two humans. They're called Jay, or maybe Jerry, and Brooke, or Sue. They're building this narrative, together.
Okay, that is interesting. No AI, just people. It makes you wonder about that title.
It really does. What was the original thought there,
Right. So for everyone listening, our mission here is basically to get into the nuts and bolts of this session, this impromptu storytelling.
We want to pull out the key moments, see what we can learn about, well, human creativity when it's completely off the cuff.
And the scene gets set with Lou as the host. But honestly, the recording starts off very humanly, a few false starts.
Oh yeah, some laughter.
And while actually forgets to introduce you at first, it's kind of charming, really. It just pulls you into this very relatable space, just two people figuring things out.
Definitely. It sets a nice, lighthearted tone. And once they, get past those little hiccups, the story starts to take shape. Kicks it off, lays down the foundation. We meet Ellie.
Lily, right. Described as a spirited traveler, maybe a gambler.
Yeah, and she arrives in this mysterious ancient city. She's looking for secrets, the usual adventure setup.
A classic premise, lots of potential. You think ruins, clues.
Exactly. But then you throws in the first, curveball.
Okay, what happens?
Lily decides to go for a swim and do some painting by the city's old pool.
Swimming and painting in the middle of this mysterious ancient city.
Yep, it's wonderfully out of the blue, isn't it?
It really is. So much for ancient ruins right away.
And it's significant, actually. This simple, unexpected action, it immediately shifts things. It takes us off that expected path.
Opens up completely new possibilities.
Exactly. It shows how even, mundane actions in a story can lead to surprising places.
Okay, so she's painting, relaxing by the pool, and then
she notices something in the pool's reflection. A strange pattern. Looks a bit like an ancient map.
Ooh, okay, back to the mystery. A map in the water.
Sort of.
Yeah.
But then Dion takes this, let's just say in a very unique direction.
Uh-oh. How unique are we talking?
According to Gnomes, what Lily sees isn't just the map pattern. She also sees, wait for it, a super person in underwear.
A what now? In underwear.
A Madonna-like figure in visible lingerie, appearing in the reflection alongside the map.
No way. That's bizarre and hilarious.
Right. It just injects this huge dose of the surreal right into the story. What do you make of that?
I mean, it's just so audacious. It completely shatters any expectation of a serious ancient mystery. But what's fascinating is how this totally random, weird image then becomes the trigger for the next plot point.
Exactly. Lily's so surprised, so taken aback by this reflection.
Understandable.
That she stumbles backward, knocks over her painting supplies.
Oh, classic klutz move leading to discovery.
Pretty much. A falling paintbrush hits just the right spot, activates a secret switch.
And a hidden door opens to an underground tunnel.
You got it. It's a great example of how in stories, just like life sometimes, these little accidents, this element of chance, can just cascade into something huge.
Totally. So Lily, she's curious. She goes into the tunnel. What's down there? More weird reflections.
Not immediately. It starts narrow, maybe a bit dark, but then it opens up. And here's another big shift.
Okay.
It opens into this bright meadow, overflowing with fruits, vegetables, plants.
Yeah.
And there are people there, happy inhabitants, living in what's described as a kind of paradise.
Wow. So from ancient city mystery to bizarre reflection to secret tunnel to hidden underground paradise.
Quite the journey already. The contrast between the city above and this vibrant community below is really stark.
Yeah, it taps into that whole lost world idea, doesn't it? Hidden beneath the surface.
Definitely. That classic trope of a, hidden utopia. And the sudden change in tone keeps you hooked.
So what does Lily do? Does she run back screaming about lingerie reflections?
No. She actually makes a pretty big decision. She decides to stay.
Stay. In the hidden meadow.
Yeah. She integrates, learns their ways, finds a sense of peace, and she uses her art, her painting, to document this idyllic life.
That sounds nice. Peaceful.
It is, but here's the crucial part. She also shares these discoveries through her paintings with the outside world.
I sensed trouble brewing, sharing the secret paradise.
Precisely. This is a key point. Her intentions seem good, right? Sharing beauty. But it sets up the main conflict. That whole question of, can good intentions lead to bad outcomes?
The road to hell is paved with good paintings, perhaps.
Something like that. Because, yeah, that's exactly what happens. The secret gets out. Tourists, lots of them.
Yeah.
The once isolated paradise becomes a hotspot. It completely disrupts the residents' peaceful lives.
Oh, no. They must have been furious.
Understandably. Their whole way of life is threatened. So they decide they need to do something drastic.
Like what? Build a bigger door.
More like deter the visitors. And pretty dramatically, they decide to capture Lily.
Capture Lily. To stop her leaking more info.
Seems to be the idea. Prevent any more information getting out.
Wow. That raises some heavy questions, doesn't it? About discovery, impact, responsibility.
It really does. The ethics of revealing something hidden, the consequences, even unintended ones.
Okay, so the residents are capturing Lily. How are they dealing with the tourists?
Well, their plan for the tourists is actually quite clever and kind of fun.
Go on.
They decide to use the legends of the ancient city above ground. The spooky myths.
To scare them away?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Create spooky scenarios, special effects, lean into the whole mysterious ancient city vibe to make the tourists uncomfortable, and leave.
Using storytelling as a weapon, basically. Fighting the narrative of paradise found with scary ancient place.
That's a great way to put it. They're using the city's existing mystique as a defense mechanism.
Okay, so while the residents are busy playing ghosts, what about Lily? Is she locked in a dungeon?
Well, the story suggests she feels terrible, full of remorse for the trouble she's caused.
Good, she should.
And this is where the story takes another wonderfully weird turn. Her attempt to apologize.
Let me guess. It involves underwear?
How did you know?
Yeah.
To apologize and try to get forgiveness, she decides to dress up.
Oh, boy.
In the superperson's underwear and the Madonna lingerie.
Get things from the reflection.
Yes. And perform a dance in the village.
She actually does it. That's her apology.
Apparently so. It's just peak absurdity, right? Such a bizarre, completely out of left field way to say, sorry, I ruined your lives.
It really underscores that spontaneous, maybe illogical path the story's taking. Anything goes.
But wait, there's a twist that ties it back. A fantastical explanation.
There has to be.
Lily suddenly has this realization, that reflection she saw in the pool earlier.
The underwear and lingerie figure?
Was her. It was a vision of herself in the future doing that apology dance.
Whoa. So the pool, it shows the future.
That's the implication. It adds this layer of, magical realism. It wasn't just random weirdness. It was foreshadowing. The pool has this power.
Okay, that reframes the earlier weirdness quite a bit. The pool is magical. What happens next? Does she use the pool's power?
Well, she tries to investigate it further, understand its power.
Yeah.
But she accidentally falls in.
Into the magic pool.
Yep. Chokes on the water, passes out.
Oh, no. Does she drown?
And then wakes up.
Phew. Okay, wakes up by the pool, back in the meadow.
Wakes up to the realization that the entire thing, arriving at the city, the reflection, the tunnel, the paradise, the tourists, the dance, the magic pool.
Don't say it.
It was all just a dream.
That classic, it was all a dream ending.
The ultimate twist. It definitely makes you rethink everything that just happened.
Yeah, it's a bit of a cop-out sometimes, but here, given how wild the story got, maybe it fits.
It certainly prompts you to think about dreams, right? Even if it wasn't real, did it mean anything?
Well, do the story creators, Jerry and Sue, offer any thoughts on that? What does the dream mean?
They do. And they offer two pretty different takes.
Okay, let's hear them. Jerry's interpretation first.
Jerry suggests the dream reflects Lily's inner world, her desires, maybe her subconscious fears about, messing things up.
So like a cautionary tale. Be careful what you wish for or how your actions impact things.
Kind of. And also a reminder to cherish the present, pursue your real dreams in the waking world, maybe be more mindful. A bit philosophical.
Okay, philosophical, Jerry. What about Sue?
Sue's take is, much more practical and funnier.
I'm ready.
Sue basically says, 1, don't nap during the day if you want to avoid weird nightmares like this.
Oh, fair point.
And 2, if you do find a paradise, try not to wreck it for everyone else. Be a considerate guest.
Much more grounded. Don't mess up nice things, and maybe avoid daytime naps. I like it.
It's a nice contrast in interpretations, isn't it?
Definitely. So wrapping this up, what really stands out from this whole exercise, this whole deep dive?
For me, it's the sheer unpredictability. The imaginative freedom of just making stuff up on the spot.
Yeah, we went from ancient city to lingerie reflections to hidden utopias to dream endings. It was a wild ride.
Full of bizarre twists, humor, and even these little moments of reflection on reality and dreams, all from two people just riffing off each other.
It really highlights, the human capacity for creating narratives just out of thin air.
And we absolutely have to circle back to that title, Playing Improv Story Creation with AI.
Right. Knowing it was all human makes that title even stranger. Was it a mistake? A joke? Clickbait?
Who knows? But it adds another layer of intrigue, doesn't it? Something else to ponder.
It really does. And it kind of leaves you thinking, well, what does this whole process reveal about human imagination? About how we collaborate to create things? Or even thinking about that dream ending? Have you ever had one of those dreams that felt so incredibly real it actually gave you a different perspective when you woke up?
Ooh, that's a great takeaway question. Food for thought.
Definitely something to mull over.
Well, thank you for joining us on this deep dive. It was genuinely fascinating to unpack this example of just spontaneous human creativity.
Absolutely. And thanks to everyone listening for diving in with us. Until next time, keep those imaginative sparks flying.